The Emperor has been expecting you.
I thought that new intro worked out quite well. Alright folks, let's just see who is in the building. This is One Six Figure Focus and you're very welcome to episode number 61 of The Focus. So obviously this live stream is impromptu. It's not I suppose what's the one? It's not scheduled like the Hope Show, which is the weekly live stream that I do dedicated to collecting 1/6 scale pop culture, music, or not really music, sorry, TV shows and movies. But this one is just the one where it's just random. All right, so it's a bit of a random live stream there because I felt a bit out of touch this week. So I'm going to take a look at some stuff, and of course, I will let you know exactly what we'll be talking about. So I'm going to check in with the chat. Thank you very much to people coming in here now. So we got 8. Camera looks a bit weird. Doesn't seem to be focusing here on this. No pun not intended. I'm going to check my settings here. What am I prioritizing? Exposure. Yeah, it seems to be okay. 1 second. Okay. There we go. That should fix it. All right, so let's see who is here. We said people coming in now. We just got 9 people present at the moment. We got Miami Nemesis #1. Thanks very much for being here. Alan, 6 Scale Gallery. Thank you very much for being here. If you're free, let me know, Alan, and I can send you the link. I understand you're probably busy. You might be doing daddy duties, but if you are at a loose end, yeah, let me know. Yes, the anti-dandruff intro has been replaced. Yeah, I've upped my production values by a tiny fraction of a percentage. Who do we got? We got Mike L. Thank you very much for being here as well. I was just chatting with Mike L there. I sent him on the Hope Show group chat just something I picked up that I picked up and got framed and put up today. So I will show you that. I have pictures of it for you. Talia Meyer all the way from Germany. Thanks very much for being here. We got Lewis as well. I hope it's Lewis or Louis. Please correct me. Hello everyone, an awesome video and awesome stuff. Thank you very much. Skrillex Star Wars, yeah, something like that. Renz Tarantino, how are you doing? Great to see you here. People coming in. We got 12 people in the chat at the moment. Thank you very much. All right, so don't want to hold you hostage. Want to tell you like what is on the agenda here today. So got to remind you that we are doing a 3,000 subscribers giveaway. We hit a milestone during the week. We hit what was it? It was 2,400. Yeah, 2,400 subscribers. So thank you very much. We currently have 21 channel members as well, so shout out to them. So Ian, aka H in Silver Fox, this is one of the examples of how positive the community can be, and I genuinely do think that 95% of the community is extremely positive, and it's just the small vocal negative whinge bags get unfortunately a lot of airtime. But you know, it's that squeaky, what's it, the squeaky door gets the grease or something like that, the squeaky hinge or squeaky wheel. You get what I'm coming from. Anyway, so Ian, aka H in Silver Fox, who you'll see on Monday nights here at the Hope Show, has kindly gifted us a brand new sealed inbox Winter Soldier from Civil War. And how this is going to work is, when we hit 3,000 subscribers, we're going to announce a specific date, probably about a week after, or whatever the next Hope Show will be. And what we'll do is we're going to give this away. And how we're going to do it is you have to be subscribed, you have to be present during the live stream. We're going to ask a question. It'll be quickest off the mark. So yeah, and Ian said he'll pay for shipping as well, so we can't get fairer than that. So massive thank you to Ian. And members, right, let's shout out to members. We got 20 people in the building here at the moment, 20 people watching live. People are flowing in. Thank you very much. I do appreciate it. So the members, first of all, there's 2 tiers. There's troopers and commanders, and details are in the link that's pinned to the live chat if you want to get involved and you want to support the channel in a different way. Of course, commanders get their YouTube handles displayed at the end of all the content, videos, reviews, live streams. So Lancelot's Nerd Corner, thank you very much for being a dedicated channel member or trooper. We got Neil Riffic, Mugwump, Stephen Rinks, Mike L, Payton23, Chuli, Bendu Windu, and Ryan Smith. Now we're going to go on to the commanders, but you know what? I think a better way to shout out to commanders is actually show you how we shout them out at the end of all the content. So shout out to the Focus commanders. Brilliant. Thank you very much. So they're like the producers. New videos. So new videos live on the channel. So if you're interested in, if you have any, you know, die-cast Iron Man figures, War Machine figures, basically any figures that light up, have light up eyes or whatever, and you're curious about how to like keep them lit up, not using those batteries, because let's face it, those batteries are extremely frustrating. You pop them in and then they die. You spend more time actually putting them in than they do remain lit up. So yeah, Fusion Reactors on Instagram. The link is in the description on this video, and I just kind of show you like what they look like when they arrive, how I install them, what it looks like when they're all installed, and then how I wired it up and tried my best to hide as much of the wire as I can, which is not easy in a DTOF setup. My thoughts on the Praetorian Guards are up there live as well. So what are we going to be talking about today? Before I go into that, just going to keep up to date with the chat here. We got Christian in the building as well. I was streaming with Christian, really, it seems like it was yesterday, but it was actually earlier on today, because I woke up very early and the boys from LWO were still going. So I jumped on there. So Christian in Korea, thanks very much for joining in. You're right, man. Daddy duties today. Looking forward to the show, mate. Well, I hope we entertain you while you are on daddy duties. We got Noble Young in the building. Phil is in the building as well. Hello, computers. Commanders, troopers, and chat. Congratulations on 2.4k subscriptions, Shane. Thanks very much, Phil. I do appreciate that. Shiny. I wonder if Ian regrets having his holiday picture as his profile picture now, as it's on a bunch of thumbnails and live stream. Nah, with a body like that, of course he doesn't. He loves it. Michael, the squeaky droid gets the carbon scoring. Yeah, that could be how it goes. All right, so we're going to talk about just something I got new in just there today. It was like last week, but I just got it framed up, so I'll show you that. Quick update to the pre-order and the wish list, and then we'll talk about the Book of Boba Fett, which has been released, the Book of Boba Fett, the INART Gandalf, and INART Pennywise. So I'm not going to waste your time. We're going to take a look at that. All right, so new in. So this is a print, I believe it's Tyler Stout is the name who does this. It's called Terminator Reimagined. And basically, it's beautiful here. It's hanging there. I actually bought this on Etsy. They did have these prints at Dublin Comic Con, but the ones I saw were they were like an A4 size, maybe a bit bigger. They must have been selling them so people can go and get like Linda Hamilton and Michael Biehn, who were at the Dublin Comic Con, you know. But I already had one actually ordered from Etsy. It's a bit bigger, and it wasn't on paper. It was like on that kind of like a glossy kind of, what is it, acrylic or something to printed on. Anyway, got it framed up, looks of business, and it just has, just looking up here, it's actually next to my Dark Knight poster. It looks very well. It has like, there's a lot going on in it. Like, you have obviously the T800 front and center, another one to the left. You got Linda Hamilton, you got Michael Biehn, different images of Arnie on the bike, or Arnie in the Tech Noir setup. You got the Tech Noir logo. There's so much detail in it. I even got those punks at the start. Yeah, so it's just got Bill Paxton's character as well, so that's pretty damn cool. But really like it. Unique take on the Terminator. It's like sums up the story, but just a beautiful piece of art by, I believe the artist called Tyler Stout. So I think he does a few others. I might actually look in and see if he does any of these for Aliens or something like that, because I'm curious. So that was the new pickup. Pre-order and wish list update. So the first thing here, I have officially taken Catwoman off the wish list and put on the pre-order list. It's been officially locked in. Basically, like, I don't really order from Sideshow. I used to, but then because of the price of the shipping and because of the customs, and look, the customs is completely out of Sideshow's control. It's not a slight on Sideshow. When I order in from anywhere outside the European Union, that's something worth over €100, I tend to get tax or custom tax. It's a pain. So I have to find other routes. So typically Lion Rock Toys will be my main reseller that I go to. But I had a bunch of points left over from when I did order with Sideshow. And to be honest, a lot of them I got from just signing up to their like Best Timber and their like spooktacular events, just for doing nothing. Free $5 here, $8 here, or playing their little Surge Sideshow game on their app. Essentially free points. But a few of them were due to expire. And it actually worked out well, because the last thing I had on order with them was a quarter scale Dark Knight, because it's a bigger piece. There was a fair few points that came with that. And they just got in there and went onto the account, because you know, if you order from Sideshow, you don't get those points in like 40 days after it ships. So thankfully those points arrived in like a few days before, like $30 were going to be wiped off, because I think if the points are like on Sideshow and you don't use them for a year or something like that, they disappear. So yeah, I had about $155 with Sideshow, and I locked in the Catwoman from The Dark Knight Rises. It was something, it's a bit of a gamble because look, it's that kind of rooted hair, and it's not real rooted hair. It's not like the, you know, proper rooted hair. It's more like that kind of doll-like hair. But the fact that it's so straight, I'm hoping that it turns out well. But yeah, look, my hopes aren't exactly sky high. I can always sell it on if I don't particularly like it, but I'm hoping it turns out well, because I have the Batpod there, and he's Batpod's empty because we got the DX19 behind me. So yeah, I've officially added that in. The $155 will cover the shipping to Ireland, which is for standard 6-scale figure, $40, and it will take a big chunk off the price of the figure as well, you know. So it'll cover probably shipping, the customs, and a bit of the figure. So probably ended up door to door, probably maybe $30, $40 under retail. So I'm happy enough with that. Can't complain. Sideshow, those point systems, well done. And it's on a payment plan as well, so I won't notice it as much. Okay, so the wish list then just means that Catwoman is gone from the wish list because it's officially added to the pre-order list. And still on the wish list, we have the Spider-Man No Way Home final suit with the rooftop diorama. Andrew, who, well, I haven't officially pre-ordered Andrew, but I have one saved for me. Integrated suit, that's destined for the bargain bin. That's why I'm holding off on that. Wolverine, no good reason I haven't pulled the trigger on that. INART, not officially pre-ordered, but again, I have one reserved. Chrome Mando, yeah, I think it's only a matter of time. But just the thought of selling Beskar and getting nothing from would be, yeah, that's just the way it is. You won't hear me complaining about that, because essentially, that's just the way the market is, and just not why I collect. Sometimes I have to sell or choose to sell. Maybe a better figure comes out of one I like and I want to upgrade, and I don't want 2 copies. And I've said it, the simple way of doing it is if I buy something for $300 and then I sell it 2 years later or a year later for $200, let's say 2 years later, a lot of people would say, oh, you've taken a loss. The way I see it is, no, I've used a collection to fund the collection, but that $100 discrepancy, that's the $100. I don't see it as a loss. It's the $100 that I paid to enjoy that figure for 2 years or so. That's just the way I see it. So you're not going to hear me complaining about that. But I think it'd be tough to sell that Beskar Mando because they overproduced and they're everywhere. The Clone Pilot is, I saw for a really, really good deal. I guess I love the Clone Pilot. Mech Test Tony and the construction version, they're all my wish list. So I haven't pulled the trigger on this. If I go back here though, I'll actually just the Batman and Bat Signal. If you've been following my channel, you know that I used to order from Toys Wonderland, and then eventually they really messed up with the INART Rooted 2-pack, and I was like, right, I'm not having that. Go back and watch the live streams if you want. I don't want to talk about it, but I'm done with them. I basically cancelled the INART Joker Rooted 2-pack, got my money back, got a refund, and gave it to INART Toys, who sorted me out. But this Batman and Bat Signal was like the last order I had with them, and it was already done before all that, and it was fully paid off. So that's the last thing I'll have with them. 89 Batman 2.0, I went with Lion Rock with that. 89 Batmobile, Lion Rock with that. Mark 3 Doc Ock, Toby, Hobo Goblin, Vader, Bane 2.0. Basically all of this list apart from Catwoman is from Lion Rock Toys. Alright, so William Owens, hello channel member, thank you very much for being here, do appreciate it. Is this the official Lion Rock Toys? Great list of pre-orders. It is a great list of pre-orders. I thought Lion Rock Toys had a different symbol for their YouTube channel, but I could be wrong. Let me know if that's you. Maybe hit me up on Instagram if it is you, so I know it's you. Otherwise, if it's an imposter, I'll block. Tragedy Tales, thank you very much. How are you getting on? How's that Mark IV treating you? Sideshow Collectibles, Labor Day. I see that. I got an email about that. I like your thing. It's a display charge. Yeah, exactly. You're taking a loss the second that you look at a Hot Toys figure. Enjoy them as much as you can. If you want to sell, Get what you can, buy more and keep on going. Yeah, I never really see it as a loss, to be honest. No, I just don't look at it like that. It's like you can say it's a monetary loss, but just the pay to display, really, that's what it is. I don't see it as a loss at all. The dopamine hit outweighs the finance for me every day of the week. So INART Toys, sure, it's me. Well, message me on Instagram, right, and we'll see. You could be an imposter. I thought you had a different symbol for your... I thought you had a different avatar. Just keeping you honest. So, yeah. Hit me up if it is you on Instagram. Absolutely loving the War Machine. It started me on a diecast frenzy. Got the Mark 85 endgame. Is that the battle damage one? And got fusion light up kits for both. Yeah, that's pretty damn cool. Alright, so I stand corrected. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yeah, that's no, he knows stuff. He knows stuff. Yeah. Yeah, so so obviously folks, if you're looking for a reputable Hong Kong based reseller, consider INART Toys. I typically don't tell people where to buy from because it's none of my business, and I do not care. I don't care who buys from wherever. But I care where I buy from, and I've just had very good experiences with them as well. So you do you. But yeah, thank you very much for joining the live stream. And Garfield Spider-Man is coming as well, and that head sculpt as well. That Black 8 Studio bearded Andrew head sculpt. That's pretty damn impressive. Regular non-battle damage. Thought it would look weird with a non-battle damage War Machine. I prefer the colors. Yeah, fair enough. Cool. All right, so we're gonna take a look at Boba Fett. The Book of Boba Fett. Right, share the screen. Where are we? Okay. So I flicked through this. Right, okay. I think this looks amazing. I love this, but you see, Boba Fett's for me, I never really, I don't think I've ever seen a Boba Fett that I didn't like. Like, okay, the vintage version wouldn't be my go-to. I appreciate it for a piece of art, but it wouldn't be something I'd go to. The Arena Fett, same, or the white prototype or anything like that. But just your Boba Fett's in terms of the quarter scale Boba Fett, the Empire Strikes Back Boba Fett, the 40th anniversary one that I have, the Return of the Jedi one with the Sarlacc pit, the Boba Fett from the Boba Fett show, or the repainted armor from the Mandalorian, or my favorite look for him, the battle damage post Sarlacc pit, the Boba Roba 2-pack, the reclaimed version. That is literally my favorite look for Boba Fett. Again, it's just like ultimate triple threat. We'll just go through this. Do I love the character? Yeah, 100%. Do I love the source material? Well, it's Mandalorian. It's Mandalorian Season 2 when he arrives and he smashes half the battalion of stormtroopers without using his armor, just using a gaffy stick. And then he gets the armor back and just takes out the rest of them, including the 2 ships. It looks the part. It's battle damaged. So that particular version of the armor, I love that. I'm a sucker for weathering and battle damage. But this looks awesome too. It's just, I've got the 2 I want. I've got the Empire Strikes Back original trilogy one, and then I've got the vastly different looking reclaimed armor one. Also comes with the Nomad look for Boba Fett with the fantastic head sculpt. That's close to 10. That Tamora Morrison head sculpt, fantastic piece. What I love about this one though, the color green is different. I like the pitting. I like the visor. I love the maroon gauntlets and the pop of yellow there from the shoulder pads. Again, heavily kind of, I wouldn't say, battle damage, weathered. This blaster as well though, really unique looking blaster. It's funny, this could be like a real vintage looking thing, but then also it could be from another world or very futuristic and science fiction looking as well. It has almost like the Blade Runner kind of appeal, but that's what they did. They took all parts of guns and they made them look kind of futuristic by swapping out parts and stuff like that. Of course, you got the gaffy stick as well. I like the way gaffy stick can be stuck into mounted on his back. You got the pistol as well. Cad Bane there. That Cad Bane figure's a beast. I put up a photo on Instagram of Cad Bane. The way I have Cad Bane displayed in my Detolfs. He just says taking out a remnant trooper. Those pants are tight, Boba. I see people losing their minds about this here, but like I look, I'm not that type of, no disrespect to anyone, but I'm not the type of content creator. Like if I say I'm getting this, like 9 times out of 10, higher, I'd say 99% of the time, that's what it is. Typically, if I say I'm getting something, I'm getting something. I typically don't cancel things unless there's an advantage. Like if I can cancel it, keep my NRD and get it cheaper somewhere else. I've done that before. You know, when Sideshow was going through that phase where they were getting things like 3 to 6 months after Hong Kong. And then if with Sideshow, the way it used to work, or well, it still works, if I think it's if you don't tick that box, protect my order or something like that, then if it gets delayed, you can cancel, keep your NRD, because I don't want to lose an NRD, and then get it somewhere else for cheaper. And like that was happening a lot there, like, you know, for a while there in like 2020, 2021, stuff was overproduced, stuff was arriving in Hong Kong faster, and it was like dropping in price faster as well. So why wouldn't I cancel if I can keep my NRD and get it cheaper somewhere else? That's a no-brainer. But look, typically if I say I'm getting something, my point on this is the do-back looks amazing, but I don't have the space for it. And that's a me problem. So, you know, I'll celebrate with the rest of the collectors, but I just don't have the space for it. I could probably put it on the windowsill, but I just don't think it would look, I think it would look completely out of place. So the Rancor, that's not something I get either. So things like this, I hope to do it. I hope to do the N1. Would I get them? No. And I don't want to be on the stream saying I'm going to get them. Please give us this. And then when it comes out, then not getting it, you know? So, yeah. Who knows? Maybe they do a Rancor. I don't know. The do-back was... I didn't think the do-back would come out. And it looks super. And there's a lot of hype now because it's a New Hope. It's nice to know they haven't forgotten about it, A New Hope. They're kind of showing us in spectacular fashion as well. So, yeah, this is... I don't know. This could be Photoshop. They could have just made a little part of the Rancor just for this. I don't know, but I know people are excited about that. It's funny, the chains he has literally looks like some sort of a necklace, like a one-to-one necklace. I'm going to address the chat here while let me just take a little break there. So right, so we got William Owens. I was able to get the Iron Man Mark 7 D100. It's truly an incredible figure. It looks the part, definitely looks the part. But if I want to get a Mark 7, I think I'd rather get the normal Mark 7, the screen accurate one. But yeah, I do appreciate it. It looks good, but you're happy with it. I'm glad you're happy with it. This is my favorite. So is that like, are you talking about your favorite look for Boba Fett or what? This is a funny comment from Shiny. When he gets thrown out of the back of the tank in his underpants, yeah, it was ridiculous, man. It was ridiculous. The Boba is coming home eventually. Gotcha. I think I've heard a lot of people say that. I heard a lot of people say that they're waiting to see if this one goes on a bargain bin, you know? On card reviews, I like Boba Fett a lot, but come on now, Hot Toys. How many of these Mando, Book of Boba Fett variants are we going to get other than the pants and boots? What's different about this one on the throne? I'm not sure. This one doesn't come with a head sculpt anyway, so that's definitely a miss. It does come with the gaffy stick. Yeah, the pants are different. The boots are different as well. I think the brown boots. I don't think the throne one was brown if I remember correctly, but I don't have it in hand, so I can't really. I'm not 100% sure on that. I think the belt is different on this one as well. But I think that the whole thing is Boba Fett sells. Some figures just they make over and over and over and over again because they sell. Iron Man, Vader, Boba Fett, Luke Skywalker, Batman. They sell. The Joker. So that's what, you know. Photoshopped, I guess. Yeah, I would imagine so. I don't think they have a 1/6 scale Rancor there. And I've been wrong before. I don't think we're going to see a Rancor, but I have been wrong before. I'm wary about saying things like that, especially when you see the dewback getting released. Waiting for a Return to Jedi Boba. There was a Return to Jedi Boba released a few years back. Wasn't it the Sarlacc Pit one? Entirely new helmet design. Oh, sorry folks. I was up early today. Out for a run, and now I'm a bit tired. Not tired enough to stream though. Well, not tired enough to not stream, should I say. I blame LWO. They got me up in the morning. Alright. Flick through more of these photos here. Like, there's nothing, like, visually, it looks the business. Looks great with Fennec. Or if you got that throne, looks good in the throne too. That's like a poster, that's pretty awesome looking. These are the ones I think I like the most. I think there was the photos with this here. I'm struggling a little here. See, this looks to me, this is obviously the Chrome Mando. But this looks a bit cleaner, so I'm wondering, like, is it just my eyesight here that this is just the Chrome Mando and then this shot it doesn't look as weathered? Or is this the Chrome Mando that the blogger had and had already de-weathered it to make it shiny? Or is this a new version that they're going to release from this? I can't see it being like that. They look super together though, I have to say. The pop of that chrome, the shine of the chrome, and even with the chrome jetpack, and then next to this particular green, there's the contrast, I love that. I've not gone in this photo. I think it looks very, some of these photos with the blurred out backgrounds, make it look very, very toyetic. Like, whereas this one here, that looks like an actual movie prop. That looks like a set photo. That's pretty good. I'm gonna zoom in on this. It's funny, like here on the left, you can see like the extra padding. He has a bit of a dad bod going on, and then the middle one. Then this must be the repaint armor, which is inaccurate because it looks like they just painted over the reclaimed armor, and it's not smooth. Whereas like in the show, it was smooth when he did fix it, repaint it. And then on the right, then you have this new version, which is clearly a lighter green. But he definitely looks more jacked on the right. So I don't know if it's the same body and they just padded up the one on the far left, but I gotta say I still love the one on the far left. I just think it's class. I suppose you can see the differences there now. So you can see the skinny pants here on the right, and then in the middle there's that like piece that looks like is it a kama or a skirt that hangs down, and the boots of course are brown on the right as well. I still gotta say I'm a sucker for that first one, but I wish it came with the gun that the second and third one came with. These are some of the best blogger photos I've seen. The Chrome Mando and Boba look so good. 28 people watching. Random live stream, you got 28 people watching. Usually in the Hope Show on Monday nights we tend to get around 50-ish. So 28 people watching on a random Saturday stream, that's not bad. Thank you very much, I do appreciate it. The 6-scale gallery, Alan, photographer looks to have cleaned his Mando suit a bit. Maybe that's it, yeah. Makes you want to build a Tatooine display. Yeah, it's mad, like massive galaxy, but they always come back to Tatooine. They modded their own Chrome Mando because they didn't like the weathering. They had it themselves. Far left Fett would cave your head in. He would. With the gaffy stick. Okay. Alright, let's one last look at this. Flick through some of these. Even poses very well. I like the contrast of Cad Bane. The blues and the browns of the Cad Bane with the greens of this particular Boba Fett. Yeah. Aesthetically, looks the bomb. Poses very well with Chrome Mando, with Fennec, with Cad Bane. I love the color of the green. I love that blaster he comes with. I actually do prefer the baggier pants of the reclaimed armor, but I gotta say, like, aesthetically, I don't think you can really fault this. It just depends. It's complete personal taste. Really, it comes down to just personal taste with which Boba do you want. Like, I mean, I was never not going to have an Empire Strikes Back one, so after that was a given. After that, I kind of went, right. When I saw that episode of Mandalorian, it was the show, the actual scene and that episode and the action which made me really want that particular suit. And because it's so different, because he has the baggier pants, because he's basically wearing the robes, and because it has the heavily weathered, battle damaged, reclaimed post Sarlacc pit armor, that's what drew me to it. And they're so different. I actually love the pose that I have mine in. He's standing with one foot up on a broken helmet. You're going to get to see it soon enough, but yeah, it's a pretty nice piece. But we're going to move on, and we're going to take a look at something that INART put out. INART had a busy week. It's funny, like, I think it was, but like, they're kind of the way they do it is kind of strange. Like, it's like when Hot Toys releases something, it's just a big, you know, a big moment, and they kind of drop the release, and they have like the blogger photos, and they have so many of them. But then when INART does it, it's like, there they are, and it doesn't seem to be as many photos, doesn't seem to be as much hype. Whereas that's what my impression anyway, because I'm on the INART collectibles Facebook page here, and I can see the Gandalf. There's like 2 or 3 photos, and it's that's the update I suppose they have with the saying that they couldn't do the magnetic rolling eyes, and they're including the fireworks, which I do think is a nice touch. But it's not like when Hot Toys come out and they release something, they just drop a bunch of photos, like 24 or 30 photos, loads of different poses, close-ups of the head sculpt, posing with other different figures, sometimes like, you know, posing it with previous versions, stuff like that, and I love that. So like, this is out, and shout out to Joao Big Bretta, and his review was amazing. He just so detailed, went through everything, he showed you everything you wanted to see. And yeah, the figure, this looks super, and the fact that it's not Marvel, DC, Star Wars or something that Hot Toys done before, there's just a bit of extra something, a bit of an extra X factor here associated with this figure. I actually like these. I like the fact that they give us these extra pieces, but at the same time, then it's like, this seems to be almost like a little like I won't say deflection, like an apology, or kind of in good faith. Look, we couldn't do the magnetic rolling eyes, it wasn't working out, we're going to give you these instead. And like, didn't the print, I don't think it's on the pants, and like, that's not like, I'm not going to get this figure anyway, because I'm not a diehard Lord of the Rings fan. I've seen the original trilogy multiple times, I've seen The Hobbit and stuff like that. I love watching the trilogy. Just it's just a fantastic trilogy, like. But like, you know, I haven't read the books, I don't speak a few dialects of Elvish or anything like that. It's not a line I'm going into, but I can appreciate that this is a stunning looking figure. The head sculpt is fantastic. The beard looks fantastic. The drape of the cloak, all the accessories, just the detail and stuff like that. But it's just interesting the way they couldn't do the magnetic rolling eyes function. And I do remember seeing a video about how that would work. And they gave us these instead, or instead of like printing the pants the way they're supposed to be. Yeah, like, and that's not like, it doesn't really, it's not going to make a difference to the overall figure. The figure will still look stunning, but say like, obviously you have a diehard Lord of the Rings and Gandalf fan like Zach from Collecting Weekly, and he is right, like, that should be a really simple thing for them to do. So it's interesting the way they fixed the staff, and they wouldn't have fixed the staff if it wasn't for Collecting Weekly rallying the community. But then they just didn't put the bloody print in the pants. It's like, just do it, like. But then they gave us this because of the magnetic rolling eyes couldn't be done. And yeah, so like, just the details, even that's one thing like that Joao shows really particularly well, and spends a bit of time on as well. He shows you the hands and like the little age spots and the veins and, you know, like freckles and stuff like that. The hands are so well done. And if they're doing details on hands that detailed, like if they're doing that amount of detail, you know that they should be able to just do the print in the pants. Come on, I think it's a fair enough statement. Posing him with Cad Bane is nice because it highlights that Cad is rocking Mandalorian gauntlets. Yeah, I love that. Ahsoka's gauntlets, I think, are... No, sorry, she has gauntlets, but they're not Mandalorian gauntlets. One of my favorite things about that Mandalorian Ahsoka is the gauntlets. I just think they look really, really cool. But yeah, they're not really Mandalorian like I thought they were. INART need a new product photographer. I'd love to help them out. I would love to see you helping them out. Mike Singh, sign you up. My wife just asked if Shane has long hair. It's the mic shadow. What's it? Is this all right? Yeah. That's funny. Yeah. So it looks like I have a ponytail or something. No, definitely not. No. The hands look super. Always bothered me when companies did a really good sculpt and then give you big fat waxy sausage hands. Yeah, just go the extra mile and get them right. Like, so look, I don't have too much. I don't know. This is the thing. Like, I don't have, like with INART, they didn't really, like if you click in here, they showed the video. I don't want to play that because I think the last time I got a copyright strike and I had to fix that. But they didn't give you like a huge amount of photos, like 3 photos, but that was just highlighting that the fact that they couldn't do the magnetic rolling eyes and that they were giving you these fireworks as kind of like a compensation or something like that, which is you didn't have to do that, but I appreciate that. So it's funny that I just don't have a big bunch of photos. Anyway, so Pennywise is out as well. So now they have 3. So they've gone in the last week from just having 1 release. I suppose you can't really consider the rooted Joker and the sculpted figures 2. It's just 1. Then you had now the Gandalf, which does look super, and then this one, which is dividing people. So the Joker's a banger. They've knocked it out of the park. Okay, Gandalf as well. That's 2 for 2. This one here, it seems to be dividing people, and this is another piece. Like obviously, I have the INART rooted 2-pack. Okay, I'm not going down the Lord of the Rings line, so I'm not invested in it. And I don't have the eye for Gandalf, and I don't have the eye for Pennywise. Have I seen the movies? Yes, I have both of the movies. I've watched them multiple times. At Christmas I have a list of movies I have to watch, and Halloween's kind of like that as well. I watch kind of like some of the classics. Watch movies like It 1 and 2, old Halloween movies or whatever, some classic horror, and then you might watch stuff that you hadn't seen before, or whatever. Again, Hereditary or something like that was one of the ones I watched last year. But with Pennywise, I don't have that eye. I don't have the Vader eye either. Like when you look at Vader, like as much as I've got 2 to come into the collection. If you put a New Hope Vader and then Rogue One Vader next to me, I don't think I'd be able to tell which is which. Like I presume if someone pointed out the subtle differences the next time, then I'd be able to. But right now, I don't think I'd be able to put it out. And that's something that I'm into. Whereas this, I'm not into. So I'm not sure I have the eye for it, but I don't have the eye for it. But my first impressions of this was the shoulders look too big for the head. That was my first impressions, okay? And I thought, I probably just don't know what I'm talking about. Because what I can see is the shoulders are very, very broad. Now, obviously, most of that is probably the padding and the tailoring. And then the head looks quite small, and I couldn't see the neck either. And I remember there was an issue, I think, with the Hot Toys Pennywise, which I think is a bloody good figure. It wasn't weathered enough. I think that was one of the complaints that I'd heard, and that I think was the collar sitting down too low. It was a bit too neat. It wasn't like poofy enough or something like that. Well, here it seems like the body is just like one size too big for the actual head. So I don't know if people agree or disagree, but it's funny though. Like I think that the hair looks great, the head sculpt looks great. The balloon looks great. I like the fact they've done a diorama as well. They kind of had to, because let's face it, like the Hot Toys diorama with the sewer is just a great touch. So they kind of had to do that. But even like the outfit still looks good. But from these images, the shoulders, the body looks too big for the head. And I don't know if I'm imagining that. I don't think I am. Like it's, from what I remember, it wasn't, he had a bit more neck and he wasn't as jacked looking. That's some creepy looking, that's just creepy looking. Like it is particularly creepy looking. Like, I don't think I'd want that in my house. But like that's a testament to them that they've done such a good job artistically. Uncarded was saying, yeah, a Padawan braid, that's what it is. Yeah, it does look like he's no neck. It does. The tailoring on Hot Toys looks better. Yeah, it's a very funny one. Now look, again, we've all had those situations where you've seen blogger photos and then you see someone else taking photos of it and it looks significantly better. It could be the way it's been posed, it could be the way the angle, it could be the lens. the classic. It's the lighting. But I'm looking at this and I don't think if you're binary about it, if we're being really brutal about it and really binary, the Joker is a 1. It's a hit. Gandalf is a hit. But do you really think it's enough that this is a miss then? I mean, do we expect better for them? Of course we do. But is this enough to go, no, this is a shit figure? I don't think it is. I don't think that's enough. Like, the head sculpt is so strong, the hair looks great, and the both sculpts actually look great. The outfit still looks good. It just seems a bit oversized. At least from my untrained eye, that's it. It looks a bit oversized. But is it, you get what I'm saying? Like, can we really, based on that, go, no, this is a miss, this is a shit figure? Because the community are polarizing sometimes. It's like something is a 0 out of 10 or something is a 10 out of 10. That's not how life works. Like, sometimes something is a 4 out of 10 or a 7 out of 10, or a 3 out of 10 or a 5 out of 10. Like Ahsoka, like, I've watched the 3 episodes. Do I think it's a bad TV show? Is it a train wreck? Is it a 0? No, it's not. But it is not must see TV. I'm really not. I'm not drinking the Kool-Aid on this. Like, there's a lot wrong with it. I wouldn't say a lot. There's some things wrong with it. Enough that I would grade it overall. The 3 episodes I've seen, 3 stars out of 10. Have I wrote it off yet? No. Am I looking forward to the next episode and hoping to be better? Yes, that's my outlook. But it's not a 0 out of 5 stars. It's not. And it's not a 5 out of 5 stars. Like, this, from what I've seen so far, it's 3 stars. So my point is, like, sometimes the community can be polarizing. Something's either the best thing, since sliced bread, or it's 0. But if you had to pick a camp on this, would you pick, is this a hit or a miss? I think the outfit being, if the outfit actually is as big as this, and the head does look too small and you can't see its neck, they are misses within the figure. But overall, do you think the figure's a miss? And I don't think it is. I still think it looks pretty damn good, but I'm not a Pennywise expert. Maybe it's because I'm not invested in it. I'm not as passionate about it. Whereas if, like, say that if the Joker turned out bad, I would have been disappointed. If the that rooted Batman turns out, like, I'm really looking forward to that. That's like the next one I intend on picking up. That still looks stunning. Like just the head sculpt alone, the texture, it looked like his head is literally cracking. I think there was a part in the movie, I've watched it a few times, but I still can't remember. I think his head started peeling and cracking at one stage. I need to go back and watch them again. The rooted hair looks good. The balloon is good. That must be a specific hand just for holding that string. It actually does look like string as well. And the outfit still looks good, just looks a bit oversized, potentially, from these photos anyway. Mike says he's no Pennywise expert, but I've seen the side by side and the release does look different from the proto. Yeah, okay, that's fair enough. Uncarded wants Tim Curry. No, this figure is going to look fantastic in hand. I still think it's going to look pretty damn good. I don't think it's enough to call it a miss. That's my point. Still eager to get mine despite the early worries I have after seeing these images. The sculpts look great. 29 people in the chat. Thank you very much for joining us here. If you haven't done so already, please click the like button and subscribe. And yeah, there'll be more videos coming later on today because I've got to do a video. I did a video on Boba Fett earlier on, just haven't edited it. I'm going to do a video on this, and I'm going to do a video on... I need to find a few more images on Gandalf before I do anything. If anything, they had way less alien clowns to make than human clowns and wizards, so it should be easier for them to keep the quality up. Simple answer: Futs the collar, Futs the suit and the collar. There you go. I think that I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. It is creepy looking though. I still say that I need more data. I want to see more photos of it. But I would still say they're 3 for 3. But this one here, this particular picture is probably the one that is the most unflattering of it, because those shoulders just look from the edge of the left shoulder to the edge of the right shoulder. Yeah, he looks like he's been on the rides. Folks, it's a pretty short stream today because I've things to do, and I've got to a bunch of things. Here in Ireland, it's like National Cinema Day, so all movies, any movie, any time for today is €4, and they do this thing called Bring Back the 80s. So they're showing the actual original 1986 Top Gun movie, and next week they're actually showing Maverick. So yeah, that's what I'm at. I've got a few things to do before that, errands to run or whatever. So that's pretty much it, folks. So just a short one there. Thanks very much for joining in. If you've taken the time out of your day to watching this, I do appreciate it. If you're watching the replay, I do appreciate that as well. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe if you're not subscribed. Massive shout out to the troopers and the commanders for keeping the lights on and supporting the channel. And if you want to become a channel member, you are more than welcome if you want to support the channel. And there is the link to the channel memberships is in the description here. So that's pretty much us done, and yeah, so we will see you in the next one, the Hope Show Monday night. Watch out for the videos as well, and yeah, that's it. See you, folks.